Very good morning students. Sai Ram. Welcome back to our science period. So children, now revision is going on, isn't it? Which lesson? Yes, chapter number 8, useful and harmful microbes. So last session we revised half of this lesson. This session, remaining part of the lesson we will revise. Are you ready children? Yes. Children, last session we revised about useful microorganisms. Now remaining part, that is yeast. Okay, yeast also one of the important microorganism. So see here children, yeast. What is meant by yeast? See here, a yeast, that is the heterotrophic fungal microbe. Okay, heterotrophic fungal microbe found on carbon compounds. Okay, heterotrophic means it depends on other organism for their food. So that is found on carbon compounds. Yeast is the eukaryotic type of cell. You know very well what is meant by eukaryotic and what is meant by prokaryotic, isn't it? So it is a eukaryotic type of cell with 1500 various species in existence. Okay, so it is a unicellular fungus. That means the plant, that is body is made up of only one cell. It is a unicellular fungus. Yeast reproduce asexually method, that is called what? That method is called budding. Okay. Next one is, see here children, this is yeast. See here, yes, this is what? This is bud. Okay. And here this one is called what? Nucleus. And here it is, this one is what? Cell wall. And here inside the jelly-like substance, that is called what? Cytoplasm. Okay, so children, you have to practice this diagram. Okay, so this is yeast cell. Shall I go to next? Yeast grows and multiples very quickly due to the carbon compounds in the sugar solution. Okay, so that one activity was there, that also we discussed that day, isn't it? In this process of obtaining nutrition, so yeast cells convert the carbohydrates into alcohol and carbon dioxide. That process is called what? Fermentation. See here children, when we are taking some dry yeast and you have to mix that dry yeast with sugar solution, so that that sugar solution contains what? Carbohydrates. Okay, so see here, in the process of obtaining nutrition, yeast cells convert the carbohydrate of that solution into two things, that is alcohol and carbon dioxide. So this process is called what? Yes, very good. That process is called what? Fermentation. Okay. So now antibiotics. So yeast, that is over. So children, lactobacilli, next one is rhizobium, and next one is yeast. These things we revised. Now next one is what? Antibiotics. What is mean by antibiotics? Antibiotics are nothing but that are carbon compounds that are obtained from some bacteria and fungi. See here, antibiotics are what? Carbon compounds and that are obtained from some bacteria and fungi. Okay, so what is the use of these antibiotics? It is used to destroy and prevent the development of harmful microorganisms. Understood children? So antibiotics means what? It is a carbon compounds, and these antibiotics we are obtaining from some bacteria and fungi. This bacteria and fungi, it is what? Yes, they are microorganisms. Okay, what are the uses of these antibiotics? These antibiotics are used to destroy and prevent the development of harmful microorganisms. Okay, so children, see, antibiotics are used to treat or prevent some type of bacterial infection. So when we are using these antibiotics, yes, this to treat or prevent some type of bacterial infection. They work by killing bacteria or preventing them from reproducing and spreading. Understood children? Shall I go to next? Next one is, see here, broad spectrum antibiotics. What is mean by broad spectrum antibiotics? So you know broad spectrum antibiotics, and yes, already you had studied narrow spectrum antibiotics. Now once again we will revise. Okay, so antibiotics that are useful against a bacteria are known as broad spectrum antibiotics. So see here that antibiotics that are useful against a wide variety of bacteria. Okay, for example, see here amoxicillin, ampicillin, tetracycline, etc. Okay, so when the pathogen means already you know, yes, pathogen is not identified but the symptoms of disease are visible, broad spectrum antibiotics are used. So when we use these broad spectrum antibiotics, tell me once again, when the pathogen is disease causing microorganism, that is called what? Yes, pathogen. Okay, when the pathogen is not identified but the symptoms of disease are visible, in such kind of case we are using broad spectrum antibiotics. Okay, shall we go to next one is narrow spectrum antibiotics. So a pathogenic microorganism is definitely known. Okay, see here, a pathogenic microorganism is definitely known. In that case, that narrow spectrum antibiotics are used. For examples, penicillin, gentamicin, erythromycin, etc. Understood, children? Yes, broad spectrum antibiotics and narrow spectrum antibiotics. Example of narrow spectrum antibiotic is what? Penicillin, gentamicin, erythromycin, etc. This penicillin already we had studied, isn't it? Yes. See here, penicillin means that is a narrow spectrum antibiotics. Penicillin means what? It is a group of antibiotics that is obtained from penicillium. Penicillium is what? Yes, that is a fungus. That is one kind of fungi. Okay, so penicillin means a group of antibiotics that is obtained from penicillium, a fungus, and is used for controlling the infections that are caused by bacteria like staphylococci. Yes, see here, these are the harmful microorganisms. Okay, staphylococci, Clostridia and Streptococci and so on are called penicillin. So understood now? Penicillin is what? Penicillin is the example of narrow spectrum antibiotic. That means penicillin is a group of antibiotics that is obtained from some particular group of fungi that is called what? Penicillium. Okay, so what are the uses of this penicillin? Yes, this is used for controlling the infections that are caused by bacteria like staphylococci, clostridia, streptococci and so on. Okay, children, understood now penicillin? Yes, shall I go to next now? So now children, the precautions before taking antibiotics we are going to discuss now. Okay, which kind of precautions we should follow? First one is, say here, take the antibiotics or purchase it only if it has been prescribed by the doctor. So without a doctor prescription you don't take any antibiotic. Okay, don't purchase any antibiotics from medical stores without a prescription from a doctor. Understood, children? Next one is, continue taking the antibiotics for the prescribed time period even if the illness has been cured before the antibiotics are over. So if doctor is telling that 5 days you have to take that antibiotics, so that whole 5 days you should take that antibiotics. Understood? Next one is, never give any suggestions to other people on which antibiotic to use. So we are not a doctors, isn't it? So we don't suggest any antibiotics to others. Understood, children? Next one is, we are going to discuss about harmful microorganisms. So see here, fungi and Clostridium. Clostridium is one kind of, yes, it is a bacteria. Okay, so see here, children. So children, harmful microorganisms, why we are saying these are the harmful microorganisms? Yes, this will produce harmful things, okay, to plants and animals. See here, harmful microorganisms not only damage the human body but also the food we eat. So this will produce harmful things to not only the human body, at the same time it will produce, yes, the harmful things to the food that we eat. Okay, sometimes they multiply on food and release toxic products, hence cause food poisoning. That is only called what? Food poisoning. How? Yes, that harmful microorganisms, it will produce toxic things in that food. So if you are consuming that food, we will get that food poisoning. Understood, children? Next one. Children, in rainy season, you might have seen some white color layer on the gunny bags, wooden items, leather item, isn't it? So what might be the reason, do you know? Yes, see here, in the presence of sufficient moisture, the microscopic spores of fungi. Which one is microscopic spores of fungus that is present in the air? So with the help of this sufficient moisture, it is getting germinate. It's getting germinate on gunny bags, wooden items, cotton, fabric, leather, and so on. Why it is germinating on this material? Because to get a nutrition. Okay, so the fibers of the fungus dig, that means penetrate deep into the material to obtain nutrition and to reproduce. Understood, children? So because of this fungus, what will happen? See here, this causes these materials become weak. These materials become weak, hence the gunny bags and leather items become weak and do not last long, and even wooden items get spoiled fast. So we can't use that these items. Okay, gunny bags, leather items we can't use. Understood, children? Shall I go to next? Next one is another one more, that is the harmful microorganisms. Can you say the name? Yes, Clostridium. Okay, Clostridium is what? Yes, Clostridium, it is a bacteria. Clostridium is the rod-shaped bacteria. See here, children, Clostridium is the rod-shaped bacteria, and how it will give harmful, how it will harm? Yes, see here, that spoils the cooked food. So this Clostridium bacteria will release the toxic substance to the food, to our food. So if we are taking that food, our health will be affected. So they generate bottle-shaped endospores in adverse conditions. Understood, children? So which bacteria will release the harmful substance to our food? Yes, Clostridium. See here, the bacteria which spoil cooked food are called Clostridium. Out of 100 different species of this bacterium, some are free living in the soil, whereas some live in the alimentary canal of humans and other animals. Understood, children? So that Clostridium is what? It is one kind of bacteria and which spoil, yes, cooked food. Out of 100 species, yes, of this bacterium, some are free living in the soil where it is present. Some are free living in the soil, whereas some live in the alimentary canal of humans and other animals. Understood, children? Yes, that harmful bacteria means what? Harmful microorganisms means what? Next one is, what are the example of harmful microorganisms? Can you say? Fungi and Clostridium. Understood, children? Shall I go to next? Next one is, so next one is, see here, children, pathogens. Pathogens means what? As I told, that pathogens are defined as the tiny organism that can cause disease in a host. That means pathogens means what? Disease causing organism, microorganism. Okay. So 5 main pathogens. See here. The 5 main primary types of pathogens are viruses, bacteria, fungi, protozoa and worms. These are the 5 main pathogens. Because of these pathogens only the diseases are, yes, arising. Understood, children? Yes, can you say now this session what we discussed? Yes, we discussed about yeast. Isn't it? What are the characteristics of yeast? And next one is antibiotics. Antibiotics means what? Yes, it is a carbon compounds. And from where we are getting this antibiotics and what are the uses of antibiotics? These things we saw, isn't it? Next one is what I told. Yes, we learned about which precautions we should follow while taking these antibiotics. Okay, next one is harmful microorganisms. So that is fungi and Clostridium, where it is present and how it is giving harmful. That also we studied, isn't it, children? So this lesson, what we studied about what is meant by microorganisms, what are the characteristics of microorganisms, and some examples of, yes, useful and harmful microorganisms. These all things we discussed in this lesson. I hope you understood, children. Yes, next session I will, yes, start a new lesson. Understood, children? Yes, thank you, children. Sai Ram.